The Valorian defense fleet hung in the darkness of space like dying embers, their once proud vessels now barely functional husks. Commander Thelax watched his tactical display with 3 of his 4 eyes while the 4th monitored the evacuation routes. They were losing. Badly. The Krell Armada had swept through the outer colonies like a plague, their biotechnology warships regenerating faster than conventional weapons could damage them. Thelax had seen entire fleets reduced to debris in mere hours. Now his own forces were pinned against the gravity well of Sanctuary 7, a civilian station housing over 2 million Valorian refugees. "Sir," detecting a new signature entering the combat zone, his sensor officer chirped, her natural bioluminescence flickering with stress. It's coming from above the ecliptic plane. Single vessel." Thelax felt his stomach sink. A single ship? Against the Krell? It was either madness or suicide. "Identify," he commanded. The sensor officer's colors shifted to confused purple. Transponder reads, "Human. Earth Naval Designation, UNSC Indomitable. Dreadnought class. Humans." Thelax had heard of them, the newcomers to the Galactic Coalition. They had only achieved faster-than-light travel 30 cycles ago, barely long enough to establish 3 colony worlds. Their technology was primitive by galactic standards, still relying on kinetic weapons and nuclear fusion. What could they possibly do here? Aboard the Indomitable, Lieutenant Anna Reeves gripped her console as the ship's gravity compensators strained against the rapid descent. The bridge was a flurry of controlled chaos, crew members calling out status reports and target acquisitions. "Entering combat zone in 30 seconds, she announced, her voice steady despite the adrenaline coursing through her veins. "All weapon systems green. Mac guns charged and ready." Captain Jixon stood at the center of the bridge, his jaw set with determination. He'd volunteered for this mission knowing full well the odds. The Valorians had been humanity's first real allies in the galaxy, sharing technology and star charts when Earth needed them most. Now it was time to repay that debt. "Ladies and gentlemen," Jixon said, his voice carrying across the bridge, "today we show the galaxy what humans are made of. Anna, launch all reconnaissance drones. I want real-time data on every Krell ship in this sector." "Aye, sir. Drones away." The Krell had already noticed them. 3 of their bioships, each twice the size of the Indomitable, broke formation and began accelerating toward the human vessel. Their hulls pulsed with sickly green light, organic weapons charging. "Incoming plasma torpedoes," Anna called out. "Impact in 15 seconds. Evasive pattern Delta 3, Jixon ordered calmly. "Prepare nuclear countermeasures." The Indomitable rolled hard to starboard, its hull groaning under the stress. The plasma torpedoes streaked past, close enough that their radiation made the ship's sensors scream. But Jixon wasn't retreating, he was positioning. "Sir, the Krell are regenerating their shields faster than our energy weapons can penetrate," the weapons officer reported, frustration evident in his tone. Jixon allowed himself a thin smile. "Then we don't use energy weapons." "Anna, target the lead bioship. Mac rounds, full salvo. Aim for the central mass." Anna's fingers flew across her console. The magnetic accelerator cannon, humanity's answer to energy shields, was a brutally simple weapon. Accelerate a several-ton tungsten slug to a significant fraction of light speed and let physics do the rest. "Firing!" The Indomitable shuddered as 3 Mac rounds launched in rapid succession. The Krell bioship's organic shields flickered, trying to dissipate the kinetic energy. But there was simply too much mass moving too fast. The first round punched through the shield like it wasn't there. The second and third followed microseconds later, drilling through the creature's chitinous hull and out the other side. The bioship convulsed, its internal fluids venting into space as it tumbled away, dead. Thelax watched in stunned disbelief as the human ship engaged his enemies. The Krell bioships, which had shrugged off his energy weapons for hours, were being torn apart by primitive kinetic rounds. It was like watching someone hunt modern prey with Stone Age tools and somehow succeeding. "Commander, the humans are hailing us," his communications officer said. "Put them through." A human face appeared on his screen, young, female, with the strange bilateral symmetry of her species. "This is Lieutenant Anna Reeves of the UNSC Indomitable. We're here to assist. Transmitting tactical data now. Your energy weapons can't penetrate their regenerative shields, but kinetic strikes overwhelm their biological systems. Concentrate fire on our targets after we breach." Before Thelax could respond, another human voice cut in. The captain. Commander Thelax, I suggest you pull your civilians back while we keep these bastards busy. We didn't come all this way to watch good people die. The Indomitable dove deeper into the combat zone, its railguns blazing. Anna coordinated with the weapons team, identifying weak points in the Krell formations. The human ship moved with a reckless aggression that made Thelax's tactical training recoil in horror. Yet it was working. Sir, more Krell ships converging on the human vessel, Anna reported. They're adapting, reinforcing their central mass. Jixon nodded. Then we adapt too. Load nuclear missiles, proximity detonation. Let's see how their biology handles radiation. The Valorian fleet, inspired by the humans' ferocity, began their own coordinated assault. Following Anna's transmitted data, they focused their energy weapons on the breaches the Indomitable created. For the first time in hours, the Krell advance faltered. A Krell heavy cruiser tried to flank the Indomitable, but Jixon anticipated the move. Anna, hardburn to Vector 9-3. Bring us nose to nose with that cruiser. Sir, that's a collision course. I'm aware, Lieutenant. Trust me. The Indomitable accelerated directly at the massive bioship. At the last possible moment, Jixon ordered a full reverse burn while simultaneously firing every weapon the ship had. The Krell vessel, unable to stop its own momentum, impaled itself on a wall of tungsten and nuclear fire. When the battle finally ended 3 hours later, the combat zone was littered with Krell wreckage. The Indomitable hung in space, her hull scarred and smoking, but intact. Sanctuary 7 was safe. Thelax opened a channel to the human ship. Captain Jixon appeared, looking exhausted but satisfied. Behind him, Anna coordinated damage control teams. Captain Jixon, Thelax said, his voice thick with emotion. On behalf of the Valorian people, we are in your debt. I have never witnessed such courage. Jixon shook his head. You helped us when we reached for the stars, Commander. We just returned the favor. That's what allies do. As the Indomitable began its journey home, word of the battle spread across the galaxy. The humans, those primitive newcomers with their crude kinetic weapons and reckless bravery, had done what no other species could. They had descended into hell and emerged victorious. The galaxy would never underestimate humanity again,